Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. Now take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Let's Talk About Six, and that's a reference to a song. I actually don't know who wrote this song. It's Let's Talk About Sex. Anyways, it's by SSHRPE. Sherpa? Sherpa? It sounds like Sherpa. It looks like it should be pronounced Sherpa. Anyways, here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means fill the grid such that the digits 1 through 9 appear once in every row, column, and 3x3 box. We also have let's talk about six, baby. And that's the reason why I referenced it that way. A six must appear on every constraint. That is every line, every dot, or cage. So a six must appear on every constraint. And let's talk about 2 and 3. Okay, let's talk about 6, baby. Let's talk about 2 and 3. A 6 must always be orthogonally adjacent to exactly 1, 2, and exactly 1, 3. So 6 has, first of all, 6 has to be on every constraint, whether it's a line, a dot, or a cage. And a 6 must always be orthogonally adjacent to at least 1, 2, and exactly 1, 3. So if this were a 6, it has to be orthogonally adjacent to exactly 1, 2, and 1, 3. But it can't be 2, 3. So this is not allowed here. But and if it doesn't have a 2 or 3 adjacent, orthogonally adjacent, which orthogonally adjacent just means that they share an edge, right? So this 6 is orthogonally adjacent to these 4 cells because they share an edge with those 4 cells. So if there were, say, a 3 here and a 3 here, this is not allowed because there's no 3 that is orthogonally adjacent to this 6 then, if that's the case. And you have to have exactly 1, 2 and exactly 1, 3 orthogonally adjacent to every 6. We have index lines, where on an index line, the digit in the nth cell along the line, starting from the diamond, indicates the position along the line where the digit n appears. So, for example, let's draw this index line. Let's draw this randomly, okay? So if this were to be 3, 2, 1, and 4, this is valid because the first digit, 3, indicates that the third digit is a 1, right? So again, the digit that is in the nth place indicates where that n is on the line. So for example, again, like if this is 3, this is saying that in the third place on this line is the digit 1. The 2 is saying that the 2 must be in the second position, which it is. This is saying that 3 must be in the first position, which it is. And this is saying that 4 must be in the fourth position, which it is. And that's how index lines work. Killer cages. Digits cannot repeat within a cage and sum to the small number in the top left corner if given. So you can't have repeats within cages, and they must sum up to the digits in the cage must sum up to what the digit is in the top left corner if there is one. And that's typical killer cage Sudoku. We also have ratio dots or black crop key dots, another way of putting it, where a black dot separates two cells where one digit is double the other, and not all dots are given. So, for example, if this were a 4, this would have to be a 2 or an 8. And this was a black crop key dot. This would indicate that there has to be a 2 or 8 in that cell if this were 4. And that's how ratio dots or black crop key dots work. And then finally, we have the sixth sense, where the grid is covered in fog. Placing a correct digit in any cell will clear fog from that cell. Okay. So that means it will just clear the. So if you place a digit correctly, say in this digit, it will just clear the fog in that cell. And placing a 6 correctly will also clear fog elsewhere on the grid. So if you place a 6 correctly, it will clear the fog in somewhere else in the grid. So this is dynamic fog of war here. Anyways, those are all the rules. So if you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's talk about 6, baby. And let's go. Well, this is a cage of 1 digit, so this has to be 6. So this is 6. That's saying that 1 has to be in the 6th spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore, this is 1. 2 and 3 have to be orthogonally adjacent to this. Well, only one of 2 or 3 can be here, so this must be a 2 or 3. It can't be 3. If this were 3, that would say 2 is there, but then this 6 would not have a 2 orthogonally adjacent to it. Because let's talk about 2 and 3. Means that the 2 and 3 have to be orthogonally adjacent to the 6, and the only ones possible are in this box. So this cannot be 3. If this were 3, 2 would be here, and then there would be no 2 orthogonally adjacent to the 6. So this must be 2, which means 3 has to be one of these digits here. Well, there also is a 3 along this index line, and it cannot be any of the digits in the box, so it must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this must be a 7, which makes this a 3 here. This 3 is in a 1 to 2 ratio with another digit, so it must be next to a 6. These digits can only be 1, 4, 5, and 8. Not 1, 4, 5, and 8. Because those are the only digits left on the index line. So in this upper left box, what can the rest of the digits be? They have to be 3 and 9. This 6 is next to a 2. Orthogonally, but 2, okay, this 6 is also here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this 6 forces this to be a 9 here, because this is the ninth part of the index line, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 9 has to be in the 6th spot. 2 must be in one of these two areas because it cannot be here. If this is 2 and 6, this would not add up to 18. So this is either, it cannot be 3, 6, 9. It could be 4, 6, 8 or 5, 6, 7. As long as this is 7, that's 5 to add up to 18, right? Because these two digits add up to 12 and we don't have a 3 because of that 3. So 2 is one of these two digits because of the let's talk about 2 and 3. So therefore, on this index line, 2 has to be specifically in the 8th spot, 7, 6, 5, or the 5th spot. So this is 5th or 8th, right? Nine cannot be on the rest of this index line. So where is 9 in row 3? It must be here, which means 9 in row 2 has to be one of these two because it cannot be here because of the 3. This can't be on the index line of 8 size. Can't be here because of the 9 in the box, so it must be one of these two. The remaining digits in row 3 are 2, 4, 5, 8, and 9. Obviously, 9 cannot be here. 8 can only be then in the 2nd, the 4th, or the 5th position. So 8 can only be, or the 8th, obviously. However, because one of these digits is 5 or 8 to add up to 18, and this is 5 or 8 because the 2 has to be one of these two digits here. Therefore, because of that, we also know 6 is one of these 3 digits here. But because 5 and 8 has to be one of these two digits to add up to 18, with 4 or 7 to add up with 6, and 5 or 8 can only be one of these two because 2 has to be there has to be a 2 either in this spot or this spot. Therefore, the rest of column 5 cannot contain 5 or 8. So this cannot contain 8, which means this cannot be 5. So this is 2, 4, or 8 there. 8 can only then be here, here, or here. So if the 8 is in 2 or 4, it would be here. If the 8 is in 8, it would be here. So the 8 in this central box can only actually be here, here, and here. 1 cannot be any of these digits here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, though. So 1 could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It cannot be 2, though, because if 2 were there, then this would be 1. So it could be 1, 3, 4, 5, not 6, 7. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. Let's see. The rest of column 5. Well, where is the 6 actually? The 6, we already have a 6 on this index line. So 6 cannot be here. So 6 in box 5 has to be one of these two cells. Interesting. 2, interestingly enough, cannot be any of these two. What are the remaining digits in column 5? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 3 cannot be any of these. 3 does have to be on the line. So 3 is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, or 7. So it's 1, 5, or 7 here, right? Let's see. 6 is one of these two. So 3 cannot be here, 3 cannot be here. 3 can be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, right? 1, 5, or 7. 8 can be here. This cannot be 8. So the 7 can be in 1, 3, 4, or 5. 5 can be in 1, 2, 3, 4, or 7. That's fine. 4 can only be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 5, 7, or 8. Okay. Okay. We do have that. We have that. Okay. If this is 6, then this would have to be 2, and this would have to be 3. If this is 6, we could have the 3 here, and we don't know where the 2 would have to be. This digit is not on the line, is not on this index line, right? So, and it sees that digit. So this digit specifically has to be that digit. So this cannot be 6. This has to be 2, 4, 8, right? Because where else is it in box 5? Can't be on the index line because we already have it there. Can't be here, so it must be here. So this must be a 6 then. This is 6, and it's on the index line, and this is the diamond. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the 2, which means 2 cannot be here. 2 cannot be here, which forces 2 to be here. Therefore, this is in the 5th position on the index line. So this is 5, which means this can't be 5. This can't be... Ooh, 7. Oh, this could be 7. Well, this logic still works, but we kind of messed that up. Interesting. Anyways, this can't be 2 or 4 because of the 2, 4 pair in the column. This can't be 7 because the index line is 6 at most. This is still a lot. Yeah, I don't know why I messed that up. This was 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. 9 can't be here because of the 9 in the index line, but 7 could be here, so this could be 8. This still has to be that digit there. So this is still the same, which means 2 has to be here. Yeah, this logic still works fine. Unfortunately, we've kind of messed up what could be here. Apologies for that. It could not be 9. You have 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so that is still correct. 5 could not have been here, though, because of the 5, 8 pair here for the 2. So that's still correct. And we just missed the 7 there. Apologies for that. This 4, 7, 8 has to be there, so the 6 still has to be there. This 6 must be next to a 3. So 3 is either here or here, which means this cannot be 3. This becomes a 1, 3, 7 triplet, which eliminates 1, 3, and 7 in the rest of the box. This 4, 8 pair eliminates 4, 8 in the rest of the box. So this is 7, which means 8 has to be in the 7th spot. So this is 8, which means this can't be 8 here. This 7 has to be here because it's not possible. This can't be 5 because of the 5 in the box. So this is, I don't know, this is 1, 4 pair. Because it cannot be 3, this has to be a 3. So this is a 3, which says that 1 is in the 3rd spot. So this is 1, this is 4. Apologies for that mistake. That was a pretty big blunder. This has to be 6, 7, 8 to add up to 21 without the 1 or the... Sorry, without the 9 possibly being there. And if this is 6, 7, 8, if this is 6, it would not be next to a 2. If this is 6, it would not be next to a 2. Therefore, this must be a 6 here, which means this can't be 6 because of the 2 in the box. That's the reasoning why we have that. These digits are 1, 3, 4, and 5, but 1 and 3 cannot be here because of the 1, 3, 7 triplet in the box, so this is a 4, 5 pair. That's saying 1 has to be in the 4th spot, 1, 2, 3, 4, which it can't, or the 5th spot. So this is in the 5th spot, which means this is 1, this is 3. This can't be 3, this can't be 3. This has to be a 4 then. In the rest of row 5 is 2, 4, and 5. And this can't be 2 because of the 2 in the column. 6 cannot be next to another 3. This can't be 2. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in size. So this on this index line cannot be 8 or 9. It can't be 7 here because of the 7 in the row. We know there's a 2. The 2 can only be on the index line, right? If it cannot be outside, because then this index line would be missing a 2. So this has to be 2, which means this can't be 2. This is a 4, 5 pair. This can't be 9 because the index line is only 7 in size. So this has to be a 9 here. This 2 means that 3 has to be in the 2nd spot. So this is 3. Well, 6 can only be consecutive with 2 and 3. Or sorry, orthogonally connected with 2 and 3. With 1, 2, and 3 in this spot. Can't be here. So this has to be 6. This is the 7th spot, so that means 6, 7 has to be in the 6th spot, so this is 7. This obviously can't be 6. 1 can be in the 4th or the 5th position, and this is a 1, 4, 5 pair. That makes this an 8 remaining in the box. So that 8 eliminates 8 here, so this is 4, this is 8. This can't be 4. That means 5 has to be in the 1st or 5th spot, so this cannot be a 5 here. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so this is 7, this is 8. We have an index line here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8 can be in the 1st or the 7th spot. So you can have 8 here or 8 here. The rest of box 8 has to be what? 2, 6, 8, 9. And this is 2, 6, 8, and 9. This has to be 2 or 9 here. This is 1, 2, or 9. This is 1, 2, or 9. This can't be 2 because of the 2 in the row. This can't be 9 because of the 3, 9 pair. We have 1, 2, and 5 remaining in row 1. This can't be 1 because of the 1 in the row. This cannot be 8. So 8 has to be in 4, 5, which we already know. This could be 1, 4, 5, or 9 remaining, and it cannot be 1 or 4, so it's 5 or 9 here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 can only be in the second spot, which is here, or the 9th spot. So this cannot be 9 here. 9 has to be either second or 9th, which means this cannot be 9. 8 is in, again, the 1st or the 7th. 3 cannot be any of these. So 3 can be 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. Which means this is 1, 2, 3, 4, but it can't be 4 because of this 4. 4 cannot be 1st, 3rd, or 4th. It could be 2nd. It could be 5th or 6th. This can't be 2 because of the 2 in the row. Sorry, in the column. Therefore, 3 can only be in 1 or 3. So one of these is a 3. 1 cannot be in 1, 2, or 6, or 7, or 9. So 1 could be in 3, 4, but except 4 is here, so this can't be 4. 5, not 6, not 7. It could be 8, though, so this is 3, 5, or 8. 2 can be in the second spot, not 3rd, 4th, not 5th, 6th, 7th, or 9th. 5 cannot be any of these. So 5 can be in the 1st or the 4th spot, and it cannot be in the 1st spot, so it's in the 4th spot. Because 5 cannot be here, 5 can't be here. 5 can't be either of these, because if this is 2, that would make that... Sorry, if this is 5, that would be 2, and that 2 is eliminated there. So 5 can only be 1st or 4th. Cannot be 1st because of the 1 in the row, so this must be 4. Which means 5 is here, this cannot be 5. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 5, which eliminates 4 and 5 here, which makes that 8. This 8 means that the 5 has to be in the 8th spot. So this is 5, this is 4. This cannot be 5 here or 5 here. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 2 and 4. That eliminates 4 here. So we know we need a 2 in one of... So in column 3, where is the 2? 2 cannot be here because of the 2 in the box. 2 cannot be here because of the 2 in the box. 2 can't be here because 1 would have to be there then, which would have a repetition in the column. So 2 must either be here or here. And since we already have a 2 in the index line, you can never have another 2 on the index line. So this must be 9. This can't be 2. 2 is either one of these two. Can't be 9, obviously, anymore. Can't be 7. So it's 2 or 6 here. 6 can only be in 2, 6, or 7. One is, again, only in 3 or 8. This 9 means 9 cannot be here. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so that's a 1, which makes this a 2, which makes that 5, which makes that 9. This 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's just 4. That 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 5, which makes 1 have to be there. Okay. Column 7 can only contain 4, 8, 9 left, and this can't be 4, 8, so this must be 9. This can't be 4, so this is 8, which makes this 4. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so this is 3. That forces this to be 1. which makes this 7. So that's saying 8 has to be in the 7th spot. So this is 8. This cannot be 7 then. We have a 2, 6, 2, 6 pair in box 7, which forces the rest to be 7, 8, 9. So this is 7 or 9. It can't be 7 because of this 7 here. It can't be 8, so this is 9. This must be 7 and 8, and 8, 7 can't be here either, so this must be 8, which makes this 7, which makes this a 1. This 8 eliminates 8 here. In row 7, we have 2, 6, and 7 remaining, and this can't be 2 or 6 because of the 2, 6 in the column, so this is 7. This has to be 2 or 6. Again, in row 8, we can't have a 2 or 6, so this has to be the remaining digit, which is a 9. So this is 9, which makes this 2 or 6. In row 9, we have 3 and 5 remaining. This 9 eliminates 9 here, therefore this is 3, this is 9, that's 3 in the corner. We celebrate because we're close to solving this. I just hurt myself, ow. I don't know what I did. Anyways, our remaining digits in column 1 have to be what? 1 and 6. Remaining digits in column 2 are 3 and 9. Remaining digits in column 3 are 7 and 8. And this can't be 7 because of 7 here, so this must be 8, which makes that a 7. Also, if this were 6, it would be next to 2 2s and no 3s. So this cannot be 6. So this must be 2, which makes this a 6. This 2 means this can't be 6. 2. So this is 6, which makes that 2. This 6 is next to a 3 and a 2. This 6 is next to a 3 and a 2. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so this is 2, which makes that 6. The 6 has to be orthogonally adjacent to a 2 and a 3, so this is 3, which makes that 5 and 3. That leaves that as a 1 here, which eliminates 1 here, so this is 6, this is 1. The 6 has to be orthogonally adjacent to 2 and 3, 1, 2, and 3, so this is 3, this is 9. We already have a 9 here, so we should have been able to get that. Anyways, what's left is a 5 here and a 4 here. And congratulations on solving the puzzle. Thank you. Solution code is salt and pepper. Oh, okay. I guess this is by... It must have been by the group called Salt and Pepper. I vaguely recall a group called that. I think it was a girl group, if I remember correctly. I don't remember exactly. Maybe not. I don't know. I always want to. I think. Was it? Was it a girl who sang? Let's talk about sex. Anyways. That's the solve of Let's Talk About 6, baby. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.